Welcome, welcome. I am Jazz, and this is All That Jazz. I talk all things recovery. Okay, one of the codependent patterns is compliance. And compliance is, there's many things, I'm not going to read them all, but one of the ones I'm going to talk about is making decisions without thinking about the consequences. And in recovery, what I'm supposed to do is I make my decision, I think about the consequences, I ask my higher power. I make the decision for what's best for me. I can run this by my sponsor, my higher power. It's not to seek the approval of my sponsor or to change my mind based on what they say. It's to let in something else healthy to influence me and my decision, but to still be grounded and solid in the decision that I want to make, respecting my value. So a compliance pattern it's in a way, it's like I'm bending for something instead of staying true to myself. I'm almost, it's like an unhealthy way of like giving something away, like at the expense of myself, like people pleasing, being nice. Another compliance thing is like being hyper vigilant, like I'm outside of myself. So this one particular trait of not thinking of the consequences. So it's like, do I make decisions just impulsively? Do I make decisions because someone said they want an answer right now and I have to, so I give them one? Like that would be like leaving my post. So I have to start respecting myself and give myself that time because I'm a valuable person now and I have to respect myself. I should respect myself. I should want to. Like I'm in recovery now and I used to be like, oh, like, I don't know if I respect myself, but like it develops over time. And it's like, when you really start like actually respecting yourself, you see that disrespect and it bounces off of you, but you know that what you need to do to respect yourself. It's like, it's a no-go. Like if it comes to your self-respect, like, no, like it's a no. So thinking of the consequence before, like what could be an example? I want to make some decisions in my life and they can be small, medium, large. And I'm thinking of an idea and, maybe I'm thinking, we're going to move. I don't know what to say. We're going to move. I'll talk about this story, but I feel like I'm a broken record here. I made a decision to move me and the kids, and I felt very guilty because it was the second time I did this. I felt very guilty, and because it was the second time. And I got myself in a very similar situation, just it wasn't it wasn't physical, but it was just like a very similar situation. And so I was really confused in that situation often. And, in healthy situations, you can just like be really open and okay and allowed and you feel energized after. So like I was in this situation, I wasn't feeling like that. I was always trying to keep track. I was writing things down. I was like very confused, very doubtful all the time because that's what they want you to do, right? They want to keep you guessing and shifting, and there's not a lot of alignment on the truth or perspective. So it makes it really difficult. But anyways, I finally like somehow got the courage to exit the situation. And I had to play that tape. I had to play out all the consequences of what could happen. Like, okay, my kids are going to hate me. I'm going to be like really broke for a long time. Did I pray to my higher power? This was like a process of stuff. Like it took a long time before I actually moved. But I basically was prepared because I thought about the consequences. I was prepared for all of that stuff to come when it came. And then because I invited my higher power to join me in the situation, I took those steps really slowly. Like when I went to go check out the new apartment, I I was just like, I'm just going to go there and I'm going to see how I feel when I'm there, if this is the right decision, because my mind was trying to be like, oh, what about all these things? So I just brought myself there physically to feel and see what this place could be like. And it was big enough. It was enough. And I had a good feeling. So I went with my gut. I went with my good feeling. And I thought, well, higher power wouldn't make this available for me if I, it seems pretty available. I kind of said a prayer like, hey, like if you want me to go like open up a place today, and I literally made a call, and they were like, yeah, you can have it today if you want, like come check it out. So like that, I find there's so much power and strength in involving your higher power. Like so many times when I didn't have the answers, these answers were given to me by my higher power. I have not done this on my own. I've done my recovery in my life with people with higher power, and it brings me through. Like by being connected, I stay like I get the better of the worst of the bad situation. Like it wasn't a good experience to move and do that, but it went the best that it could go, and that is good because so that over the years, like using that method, I've just developed like some trust and faith in this recovery process. So I thought about, it's so beneficial for me to think about consequences before I make decisions. Like, not that it's going to happen, but like really just thinking about them, preparing them. So like I really can see and feel that reality before I even go there, because who knows? Maybe if I think about the consequences of something, I might change my mind. Some new information could appear or come up that you need to think about. Like there could be another solution. Like it's important for me to think and go slow and involve higher power. That gives me really better results, like not the best results, but better than just like jumping into something without thinking and not thinking about the consequences. And then, that's the havoc, right? It's like now I'm over there and a decision that I made, I didn't think about the consequences, and I'm dealing with all that aftermath of that decision I made. Well, it's only me to blame at that point, but like to really be responsible and aware. This helps me be aware too. It's like thinking of those consequences involving my higher power. Like this is a recovery way that I can be accountable for the life that I am walking towards. Like I can't just be in situations and then like, oh my God, this happened. I didn't know. Like, but did I think about it? Did I really play the tape? Like I can't act like a victim all the time. So this is getting out of victim mode. It's intention, it's act, it's movement, it's thought, it's higher power. Like that's recovery. Some of that, like most of that, like it's just, I am doing something to influence my situation. And I'm also inviting healthy influence to help me make that decision. So great thing to do in recovery is like think about those consequences. And it becomes like second nature. Like it becomes just when a person makes these changes in their life, like it becomes just like something you do, like I become recovery strong. Like my recovery brain is like way stronger now than my addict-y codependent brain. My recovery brain is just like efficient. It's forward thinking. I'm present. I'm executing. I'm making good decisions. I'm clear. I'm responsible and aware. That's way better than dealing with messes and chaos and being the victim, because the victim just keeps me being the victim. No one's going to give me a life because they feel bad for me. So I need to do what I can to go towards the life that I deserve. Because I love myself now, because I am lovable and I'm loving. And yeah, this is just one of the things. This is not my idea. This is the recovery. One of the recovery things they say one of the patterns that I work on fixing that we talk about in the rooms. So yeah, think about those consequences. That's like major act of responsibility and accountability. And it's not that I control and plan everything. It's just that process of like look at it. Like look at it. Feel it out. Like and see what comes up in that case. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I love you and I'll see you at the next one. So thanks for being here. Bye.